Hi guys, Louis Strauss here from the Wolfman Chronicles channel. I want to welcome you. I hope you all had a good day or a good afternoon. And if you're watching this and it's nighttime, well, you are certainly in for a treat. I have a very interesting story to tell you. And this was from a documentary way back in the 90s that I remembered, as a young teenager. And it was hosted on a channel called 60 Minutes. And it was way back then, it was in our language, in Afrikaans. And basically, it's about this reporter who heard of a rumor that there are some sort of a vampire activity in Durban. So if you go on Google Earth and you hit South Africa, you'll see Durban is on the coast. It's about 2-hour drive from my hometown where I used to live in Richards Bay. And also Durban is a huge tourist attraction. Also, again, it's just a beautiful place, and it's part of KZN, KwaZulu-Natal. Okay. So yeah, this reporter, I can't remember her name, unfortunately, or the agency she was working for, but she heard a rumor through a friend or something that there is some sort of a vampire activity going on. And at first she thought it was a hoax, it was just, teenagers fooling around. So she thought that she would look into this. And it all started off with meeting up with another young girl that was in her early 20s. I think she was like 21 or 22. She met up with this girl for coffee. And then this girl told her something really interesting, really strange and scary at the same time. She told the reporter that there's this old man who is in this sort of a cult. He likes to befriend or get members that are young and beautiful, mostly girls. And then he would send these girls out to the clubs, to the nightclubs. And then what these girls are supposed to do is to find partners or friends, and then either willingly convince them to donate blood, or they would make the person drunk, intoxicate the person, and then just take blood from the person. So this sounds very sadistic, right? This sounds crazy. And so this girl said, okay, cool, can I come out with you one night? And I just want to see how you operate. And the girl agreed. So one Saturday night, I went out to a club, quite a huge club in Durban called 360s. Back in the day, I even remember about that that club. I was too young to go there, but yeah, there was a lot of strange stuff going on there. It's like an out there nightclub. Very popular at the time though, 360s. So the reporter and this girl went out to the club. The reporter kept her distance, all right? So she was only monitoring. And she saw this girl was going, dancing and drinking and going from one guy to another guy, until she ended up with this one young dude. And then they left. So the reporter also left, but she didn't know where the girl went to. And then later on, the girl texted the reporter and told her to meet her at this motel. So the reporter went to the car park. She waited in the car park. And it didn't take that long. When she got there, this girl came out. And the girl came out and she jumped into the car with the reporter, because they took a taxi to the motel. She got into the car with the reporter, and she pulled out her backpack, and inside her backpack was this little tube kind of a thing with a bag. It almost looked like these medical bags you would find in a hospital when they transfer, water into you. Okay, and this thing had blood in. It was filled up with blood, and the reporter was like shocked. She was like, "What the heck?" And the girl said, "Yes, well, I got the guy to the room. He's intoxicated." But even though he was intoxicated, just for the fun of it, he agreed, and she took blood from him. And the reporter was like, "Holy crap, so what are you going to do with the blood now?" And then this girl said, "Well, there's about 7 of us operating right now, tonight, collecting blood for this old man that lives in a abandoned old kind of a Catholic church. Okay, and we're going to take the blood to him." So the reporter asked this girl, "Well, can I come with you? I'd like to meet this guy. I'd like to interview him." And the girl said, "No, you cannot. She needs to talk to this guy first." So the following weekend, the reporter got a call from this girl, and the girl said that the old man is willing to see her. And she gave her an address. They met up at this place. I think it was outside another coffee shop. And then the girl got into a van, the reporter, and there was 2 other guys there. They blindfolded the reporter, and then they drove to this church. And they went inside. They took the blindfold off, and then the reporter, and this time she went without her cameraman. It was just the reporter alone. So she used huge risk if you think about it. Really crazy. I mean, but then again, there's some crazy reporters who are, they don't think. They just go after the story, right? We see that all the time. But this reporter, this time she went without her crewman, without the camera guy. And she was just going to do the filming herself, okay? So she went, and they went into this church, and there's this old, pale, kind of looking, bald man sitting on this concrete chair. And it had 2 skulls on the sides, on both sides, on the armrest for this concrete chair. Very creepy stuff. And then obviously a whole bunch of candles and things. And the girl then introduced the reporter to the old man, and then she left, and the other 2 guys left. And so then the interview basically started, And she asked this old man, "Well, how old are you?" And he didn't want to tell her. She asked him, "Where do you come from?" He didn't want to tell her. So there's not much really, He just said a long, long time. And like when she asked him, "How old are you?" He said, I'm old enough to know a lot, and I've been around for a long time." That's the kind of answers he's giving her. And then she asked him, "Do you live in this church? Is this your place?" And he says no. He only comes here to collect the blood, and then he will take the blood somewhere else and he will drink the blood. And so she asked this guy, well, with these girls working for you, going out collecting blood, don't you think that is dangerous, and you can get in trouble and stuff like that, because certainly it would be illegal? And he said, for the most part, the people give their blood to the girls. Okay, it's only very rare occasions that they would suck blood or drain blood from their victims while they are asleep or while they are intoxicated. And he said that apparently he prefers the blood to be pure and clean, that there's no alcohol in it. And then she asked him, so what, these girls are claiming that you're a vampire, so what kind of powers do you have? And then he said, well, with the girls, if they collect him blood, in return, he promised them that if they show their loyalty for some time, some maybe a couple of months or whatever, then he would grant them certain powers like to be very charming. He would grant them powers to be able to win people's trust. He would grant them powers to actually become, like popular and stuff like that. Just weird stuff, And so I found this story very interesting. And then again, it was only hosted, one time on the TV, and that was it. The story went dead. Apparently, months later, the reporter found out where this church, the location of the church, where it was, and she went there with a couple of crewmen, and the place was empty. There wasn't even candle wax on the floor. The chair with the two skulls, that was gone. Okay, so just really weird and crazy stuff. And then also she tried to contact the girl again, the young girl that she met up with, and the girl's not answering her calls, and it's like she's just gone missing. So really, really crazy stuff, weird stuff going on. They're definitely satanic. But yes, I absolutely do believe that there are these entities and these beings out there who are not just vampires, but werewolves and Bigfoots and all that stuff. And the reason why is because this goes back thousands of years, okay, seriously, like 6,000 years ago, in the pre-flood world, which is the world of Noah and Enoch, that these kind of entities and beings were around. And, the Bible says there were giants in those days and after that. And obviously, not just giants, but also those entities were there and after that. So they are still here, they're still among us. It's just not as obvious, But if you go and look at my video timeline for the coming apocalypse, I kind of lay it out nicely, making it very clear that like it was in the days of Noah, so will it be in the coming for the Son of Man, which means there were werewolves and giants and all these crazy things back in those days. There are still some of them here around. Okay, there are some people who are seeing these things now and then. But in the end times, everyone's going to see them. They're going to be all over the place. Okay, it's going to be like a world of Lord of the Rings or Narnia. Okay. If you've never seen a Bigfoot, or you've never seen a werewolf, or you've never seen these vampiric creatures, I guarantee you 110% you are going to encounter these things. You're going to see them. They're going to be all over the place. I've got a great video that I want to make. I'm just waiting for some more subscribers. And it's about how to survive 5 months of hell, which is biblical. The 5 months is 150 days. Okay, it's in the Bible. It's in the book of Revelation. I've got a really cool video that I want to make. I'm just waiting for some more subscribers. And in this video, I'm going to give you the guidelines, biblical guidelines, on how to survive the end time apocalypse when all these things are coming out, running around in the daytime and in the nighttime, because daytime will be nighttime. There'll be no daylight. Okay. It sounds crazy, but it is what it is. It's going to happen. I totally believe in the Bible. That is, that's a given. But like I say, you really want to watch that video, and also go back and watch my timeline for the coming apocalypse. It kind of give you some sort of a timeline of when to expect these things to happen. My name is Louis Strauss. If you like the data and the content of this video and my other videos, then please subscribe. It'll be really cool and awesome to have you on board and to be informed. For now, see you later. Take care. Look after yourself. Be good and kind, and respect others, because that is one of the things you can certainly do that will aid you, and that will kind of help you as a guideline in the coming dark days, if you want to say it like that. But yeah, just be good and kind, and respect parents, respect older people. Keep that positive energy, because these beings, these werewolves, these dogmen, these vampires and stuff, they're all real, folks. I'm telling you now, straight out, they're all real. I've had many encounters. Go and watch my video, Donald's Werewolf. That's just one encounter. I've got so many that I'm going to put up later on this channel. But yeah, all these things, they feed off negative energy. People who are continuously angry, continuously miserable, continuously bullying other people, continuously being, distant from others. That's all negative energy, and these things feed off the negative energy. But it's the good energy, the positive energy, that you really want, because that is going to help you with the coming end of the world. See you later.